Hello, thank you for joining me once again. This is Kujo. So I thought that I struggled with anxiety for the longest time in my life. I had already labeled myself as a socially anxious person. I believed so much into this, and I was already sold out into this belief that I'm a socially anxious person. Now, this wouldn't be a problem if it wasn't debilitating. You know the kind of anxiety that you experience in anticipation of the anxiety that you imagine yourself experiencing in future? Yeah, so obviously my body would react physically in that moment, and I would experience the heart palpitations and the headaches. And part of what heightened this anxiety was that when I thought of the anxiety, I had judged it, and therefore I was not willing to sit down and look at it and observe it. And obviously, so this was very counterproductive. One of the things that I've come to realize with this tendency to try to avoid the negative emotions and the negative thoughts that we may have in our lives is that that does not magically make them go away. In the same way that if an infant is crying and they need your attention and you decide to ignore them, you ignoring them won't make them to magically stop crying. Okay, they may stop crying for a little while, but sure enough, in no time, they will get back to the crying for as long as their needs are not fulfilled. And this is exactly how our thoughts work. And the thing with life is that it is inherently a part of positive and negative experiences. Unfortunately, we live in a world where we are constantly being sold this illusion of a happily ever after, which is really counterproductive, which is useless because the reason why we experience positive emotions is because of the negative experiences that we have. The reason why we enjoy our food is because of the hunger that we experience. And I think that it's quite important for us to sit down with our negative emotions in the same way and acknowledge them because they are the reasons why we will experience the positive emotions. And it also is helpful because it allows you to be in the present moment and not fantasize about things that are not realistic. So what I do now with the anxiety that I experience is that I observe it and I acknowledge it to say, okay, I see that. I can see that I'm anxious about the presentation that I'm about to do, or I'm anxious about this proposal that I'm supposed to submit. And that's fine. I understand that this is my brain's way of trying to keep me alive. You see, the subconscious brain is not able to differentiate between danger that is posed by a lion and danger that is supposedly posed by you anticipating your meeting with a stranger or with a new person. And so I urge you to sit down with your uncomfortable thoughts, with your uncomfortable feelings, and to remember that life is inherently a mixture of the good and the bad. And that will make your life a little bit more bearable. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope this is helpful for you. Give a thumbs up if you find this helpful, and goodbye.